It feels as though Ciryl Gane has just popped up into the mainstream, but he has been part of the game for a while now. This means that he has a couple of millions in his pockets, but how does he spend all his money? Believe it or not, Gane lives quite a frugal life. According to Gane, frugality is somewhat of a personal commitment to him, a commitment where he always tries to spend less and also save a big portion of his money. Now, you might be wondering why a multi-millionaire like Gane lives like the average middle-class person. When talking about it, he said that this is the only way for millionaires to keep building wealth and not risk ending up penniless over a dumb financial decision. The way the MMA fighter perceives living frugally might come as a shock to many, but he believes that spending above your means and not below your means and saving for retirement will make you a slave to the paycheck, even if you get outstanding amounts of money. Living a frugal lifestyle has enabled Gane to save tens of thousands of dollars every month. This is because he realized that although he made a lot of money, his income was still not enough to live on when he retired. Gane spends an average of $100,000 a year while earning somewhere between $250,000 to $500,000 a year. With the rest of the money, the UFC fighter either invests it or saves it. Does he live in a mansion? This is actually something that Gane's fans are really curious about, but not to forget that the UFC boxer lives frugally, which means that he has decided to live in a home and a neighborhood that he thinks he can afford without stressing about paying those thousands of dollars of property tax and house maintenance. In fact, Gane has never purchased a house that costs more than triple his annual income, meaning that the most he has spent on a home was around $400,000. He even took the opportunity to sell the first house that he bought after becoming famous just because the value of the property has increased. Ciryl Gane never budgets his money. Although Gane lives frugally, he has admitted that he has never budgeted his money for anything. He said that the reason he doesn't do this is because he is already saving a portion of his money aside in case he is left with nothing. This means that in cases that he has the luxury to go to an expensive dinner, an exotic vacation, or even a shopping spree in designer stores, he does so without hesitation. But according to Gane, spending tons of money without having a budget only comes due to the fact that he has already saved a lot of money and that he has self-control. He said that a budget is only great for the early phases, when he was just starting boxing, but since he was able to grow his income and develop self-discipline not to spend, budgeting was no longer vital to his success later on. Every mainstream athlete or entertainer in the world spends a huge portion of their income on bettering their profession. Gane does exactly the same. The first thing he spends a lot of money on is his health and keeping his body suitable to keep on fighting in the heavyweight division. Gane has his own personal trainer, personal gym hours, and even his own personal chef. All these expenses make about 10% of his income. He also spends his money in getting muscle therapy and spa treatments for regaining energy and healing after a match. The heavyweight champion added that he also spends money on things that he believes give him more money. Or, shortly explained, Gane invests to create multiple opportunities to generate revenues. Investing in real estate. Some people see this more as a side hustle than anything else, but Gane mostly does it to further build his wealth. Although Gane keeps his investments private, he has confirmed that he has taken a big interest in buying property. He then either remodels them and sells them for a much higher price, or he just rents them out. By doing this, Gane has created passive income that generates him even more money than he initially invested for these homes. Gane invests in low-cost funds. The French MMA fighter is all about good investing strategies to multiply his millions. One of his strategies is by investing his money in low-cost stocks and cryptocurrencies that have the potential of going up in a few years. You probably know how crypto and stocks work. They are kind of similar in some aspects if you invest your money in them, and in a matter of years, this money will hopefully duplicate. Gane believes that investing in low-cost crypto or stock is a winning strategy because they are broadly diversified and, of course, they are low-cost. But for Gane, investing his millions is not that easy. He has revealed that at a point in his career, he has spent a total of 10 hours a day studying and planning all the investments he has decided to make. Gane knows that being informed about finance and the latest crypto and stock market news will definitely decrease his chances of failure or losing all his money. But aside from what Gane spends, what does he actually do to be so disciplined with his finances? Gane puts energy toward personal growth activities. In order to be a successful boxer and disciplined, Gane spends a lot of his time on personal growth. According to reports, the UFC fighter spends an average of 5.5 hours each week exercising, and another 5 hours reading self-teaching books, when compared to an average American who spends about 2.5 hours on both these activities combined. It makes sense why Gane is where he is now. He said that successful people are only created by being aware of how they spend their resources, which not only includes money, but also time, the gym, the internet, and books. Gane's favorite personal growth books are self-help, personal development, history, or biographies of successful people. He sleeps less and trains more. Now, this method of becoming disciplined is seen differently from different UFC fighters and overall athletes. Some say that being successful in MMA only happens by sleeping more than the average person. Others say that it's best to sleep the daily recommended amount, while Gane believes that sleeping only 5.5 to 6 hours gives him more time to work on his boxing skills and self-development. He usually does this because he wakes up 3 hours before the workday and training sessions actually begin. This is a great strategy to spend time only with himself, read, meditate, and get his thoughts straight for the day. Gane said that waking up at 5 or 6 in the morning has made it much easier for him to gain full control over his life. It also has given him the sense of confidence needed to direct his life to where he wants it to go. What about Ciryl Gane's love life? There are a lot of fans and even other UFC fighters that have made fun of Gane's love life. This is because he has never revealed having a girlfriend. Many have jokingly said that Gane is too busy dealing with the love affair he has with mixed martial arts that he has completely forgotten about women. However, it's not fully confirmed that Gane is single. He is just really secret about his love life. In fact, he's so private, no one knows if he is married, has children, or is even seeing someone. Ciryl Gane's net worth. Gane has blown us away with his boxing skills in the heavyweight division, and he's even contending for an interim title. At the moment, he has a total of 10 wins and 0 defeats. Ranking this high at a fast speed has made Gane instantly become famous and change his lifestyle completely. However, the French mixed martial artist has always tried to keep his personal life and income as private as possible. It might come as a surprise considering that Gane popped up in the UFC in 2018, but he has a net worth of around $4 million. Only 2 of his most recent fights in the summer of 2021 have made him around $300,000, but his pay was, and still kind of is, pennies when compared to what other UFC fighters are making. Gane's very first pay was only $23,000, which is extremely low for mainstream boxing. Although Gane started getting higher pay, the more he proved to be undefeated. His pay per fight gradually went from $23,000 to $77,000, all the way up to almost reaching $200,000. But if you combine all the money he has made from these boxing matches, it's only equivalent to roughly $500,000. So, the question remains, where has he made his other $3.5 million? Well, this may come as a surprise, but Gane is not exactly a first-generation athlete. In fact, his father was a popular player for the French football pyramid 6th division. This really contributed to Gane's current wealth, but the fact that he isn't a self-made millionaire doesn't make his story and the way he lives a millionaire lifestyle any less inspiring. So, would you do this with your money if you were as rich as Ciryl Gane? Let us know in the comments down below.